Hey everyone, welcome back to Breaklight Productions. My name is Curtis Lambert and today we're reacting to another music video from The Warning. This time it's for 6 Feet Deep. Thanks so much. I know there's a lot of fans of The Warning that have been watching my music video reactions. Thank you all for your comments and for your recommendations. This group does a lot of really creative music videos, so I'm definitely keen to see more. I heard this one has horror vibes, which is a horror aficionado I'm definitely keen for, so let's jump on into it. Ooh. Nice shot. Nice crane down reveal. Hell yeah. Interesting. Fisheye? Cool. Oh. Damn, okay. Ah, sick. That was an awesome shot right there. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Damn, this is... Woo. Fisheye. Hell yeah, nice. You'll notice they're constantly slowly moving in or moving out with these story shots. Keeps it interesting, keeps it feeling energetic. Nice. Ah, someone turned on the fans or or probably leaf blowers. Hell yeah. Awesome. Oh, damn, that was awesome. Very creative. Cool. Loving that thermal vision. Nice lighting. God. Bit of backlighting on the girl there. Loving the colored... I love their commitment to colored lighting. It's so cool. Ooh, fire. Damn, okay, that looked pretty fucking real. And we're also seeing there is definitely artificial grain put over the top, which is awesome. And yeah, we're getting quite a bit of fisheye shots, which I love fisheye. Hell yeah. Awesome. Ah, that's a cool get up. I love that. Oh, nice shot. Oh, fucking cool. Hell yeah. Oh, that's fucking cool. Hell yeah. How the fuck did they do that? That's awesome. Nice. Cool. Again, we're on a fisheye. You can see the vignetting in the corners. Ooh! Love it. Fucking sick. Hell yeah. Fucking God. Every single music video of theirs is so different. I'm like, what the fuck? God, they had a massive team for this. Second unit. Okay. Oh, actually, that's a perfect thing to talk about. Okay. So, you may not have watched previous music video reactions that I've done, but I did one on a Will Smith song called Pretty Girls. And you would see how much I completely hated that music video and how I was so gobsmacked by the fact that they had what's called a second unit. And I was shocked because of how relatively simple that music video was. And to me, you really didn't need a second unit and such a massive team for that type of thing. This, on the other hand, this deserves a second unit. So what is a second unit? It can take many forms. It's very dependent on the production and stuff. But essentially a second unit is when, let's say you've got 2 days to get a particular music video done. You might have the main team focus purely on the main stuff. Okay, we need to get, just using this music video as an example, all of the band with the ghost and all of that, that's our objective, is getting all of that done in 2 days. But then you'll have what's called a second unit. And that second unit, again, dependent on the crew, sometimes involves a second director, a second cinematographer, their own gaffer and lighting team, etc. And it's basically a whole second crew who are off getting... Still, it's very crucial to emphasize, they're still getting important shots, but they're focused on a different element of the overall production. So what you'll see a lot in big, Hollywood action films is that a lot of the dialogue and main character stuff that, let's say with a superhero movie, hey, we gotta go and team up and go on this journey. A lot of that will be the main crew. Second unit will be with the stunt people getting all the fight scene stuff and that, because for most of that stuff you're using body doubles anyway, so they can do that while the main production is happening. Now, what I would suspect with this is that second unit could either be getting the stuff with the sort of little girls, that sort of backstory stuff, or just the various close-ups and the shot of the TV with thermal imagery and stuff like that. So that's what a second unit is. Sorry to ramble on about that, but it is important. It's we're talking film here. I love this opening shot. It's so it's a nice little, you see the entity up in the window, it's silhouetted, it's backlit. We come down, reveal the band who are backlit by, something that's obviously behind camera. That's a great setup. That's a great establishing shot. Loving the, and again, they understand, I don't know if it's necessarily the same team in every single one of their music videos, but if it is, they understand lighting so fucking well, because, to have this all be blue, but there's orange lighting upstairs, it draws your eyes straight away, and they've got it, sort of flashing in and out, adding that sort of, ghostly vibe, because a lot of ghost stuff is flickering lights and things moving and blah blah blah. So super fucking cool. The thermal imagery of the ghosts through that TV is really really awesome. And it looks good. Like, it doesn't look, you know, I've seen things like this done in actual movies that look terrible. This looks believable, and part of that believability is that any dip in quality is hidden by the fact that it's playing through a TV. Now, sure, maybe that TV just has green on it and that's been superimposed on it, but it still adds that like layer of, oh, like it's playing through, like you've got that extra layer of believability, so to speak. Then what you will see, like, again, camera work, fucking cool. That first shot, or I say first shot, that shot where it's like going from like room to room. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, almost like a walkthrough of the house where it's just like trailing around. That's so cool and such a good introduction to the band, while also being a like almost a point of view of the ghostly apparition. Like, it actually makes sense within the story as well, which is why when we cut, we see the thermal imaging of the ghost. We see that stuff glow on her. Yeah, super cool. I love that. We also get some awesome fucking camera spins and stuff. You can do that with an actual camera, or you can do it in post. Hard to say necessarily which one they went for, but you know, I wouldn't. It's a lot safer if you do it in post. So, you know, that's awesome. We also see a lot of fisheye. You could see slight vignetting on the corners of the frame. Again, that's cool. Like, fisheye shots are awesome in music videos, in my opinion. And for something like this, they're really good for like fitting as much of that room in as possible into a single shot, and really like, yeah, just keeping it energetic and like distorting it, and yeah, just really, really cool. Also, 4:3 aspect ratio, great for having that old school B horror vibe, which a lot of this is going for. You know, which, being a horror nerd, I fucking love old horror B movies. But also that would be hiding some of the vignetting. So, you know, it serves a story purpose, but also a technical purpose as well, which, yeah, super awesome. Now we have to talk about lighting. Like, sorry, but we have to. A lot of band shots, it's single source lighting from the side, but then when we get to like a lot of the young girls, we've got like, oh, we've just got so many fucking colors, and I love it. Like, even on this shot where she turns around from the drum kit, we have this like, we have this window light acting as a backlight, but then it's sort of adding this like reddish tone to her face, which I'm almost curious if there is like a tube light hidden behind this like wall or door that we can't see. That's sort of, or it could just be reflections off the curtains. But then we've also got a white front light that's sort of lighting up her right hand side. Super fucking cool. And then also, quick note, linking each band member to these younger girls who I guess are representations of their younger selves. And this is the power of editing. All it is, because again, there's no dialogue, there's no like, yes, when I played bass when I was 12. All it is you show the bassist, and then you cut to the young girl playing bass guitar. You show the drummer, you cut to the young girl playing drums. Very simple. Like, our brains are automatically, without a single word, like, oh, this is them younger. Like, and that's great. Like, when you actually think about that and how much, like, your big blockbuster movies rely on exposition, this has not a single word, and yet we still understand it. It's crazy when you think about it. And then, yeah, like that orange light on this drummer girl. Yeah, so we've get now looking when she's come up right to the TV, we're getting this harsh red orangey lighting on her. I'm curious, yeah, like, yeah, that would have to be a big orange source that's on that side of the room. Again, all of this set design, costuming, super fucking cool. I will also make a quick mention, adding energy while also linking it to the story of having like a ghost in the room. I don't know if it was a fan or a big leaf blower or whatever, but they are getting so much movement out of these, both the young girls, but also the main performance shots, out of their hair, you know, and it's fucking great. It keeps it so energetic and stuff's blowing around, and it's just so cool because, again, we're in the music video space. You can crank on a massive leaf blower. We're not going to record sound. So, you, like, yeah, just hold it up to their head and, you know, their hair's flapping in the wind. Easy done. So yeah, it adds so much energy while also being something that, again, links us to this whole, you know, ghost story that they're telling us. Also just loving going back to colors. I love the fact that it's like, you know, the main performance shots are very like white lighting, but then you've got, you know, with the like drummer girl, it starts going a lot more into this sort of orangey red vibe. Like if you look at the lamp behind her when she's at the end of the bed, that's a deep dark orange coming out of that lamp, and it's so cool. And then, you know, a sort of a yellowish light with the bassist girl as she's like fighting the entity. Again, super cool shot. The fact that she actually lifts off the ground is incredible. Like, I'm really curious how they did that. I would presume that it's like they're both wired up, so not just the guitar has a wire on it, but also the girl, to lift them both up at once, and then you just rotoscope out the wires. Fairly simple. Lot of work, but, you know, quite doable. And then, yeah, this knife cutting into the wall shot, super cool. I'm almost, yeah, it's hard to say how they did that. I would presume CG. Yeah, I would presume CG, but, you know, who knows. Yeah, and that's all this is. It's like a mix between doing it with like wires and leaf blowers and stuff like that, but then also adding in small elements of CG that aren't so distracting that it takes you out of it. Like it's very believable, and really high quality as well, which is awesome. This shot of the girl at her desk, that deep yellow lighting spilling in on her, is it's so cool. Like, they understand lighting so well. And then what I love is when she falls to the ground, it's not just like, oh, boring lamp that's giving white light behind her. It's giving off this sort of cyan blue, which with the sort of red, dark orange lighting that begins spilling onto her, contrasts so beautifully. Like, that is literal opposites on the color spectrum, and like, that's what you should aim for in this type of color play in music videos. Yeah, all of the performance, like, and acting and stuff, super believable, really fucking good from both the band and the young girls. The fire shot looks really real. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, when the diary catches fire, like, that looks incredible. And then the, like, fire on the wall, I just, like, it's definitely possible that that's real. I just, yeah, like, if it is real, like, bravo. Like, if that's real, like, the effort and safety and stuff to do that is just, like, awesome, because I know a lot of productions that would do that CG and probably put in half as much effort and it would look like dog shit. Yeah, that's fantastic. And then I know I've been going on for quite a while, but I do just have to, once all the objects have stuck to our ghost, or like this costume, and this is what I mean. Someone had to design that costume of this, like, ghost that has been covered in all of these objects around the room. So someone had to design, like, I've got a still here that, oh, there's a crocheting thing here, and there's a Rubik's cube down near their belly by the looks of it, and there's a radio here and a bobblehead there. That is so much effort and so much time, but it is so fun, and I adore it. It's remarkable. Like, I honestly can't think, in movies, in music videos, whatever, seeing that as a creature, and that is so cool. I love this monster. It's I know it's a ghost. I love this ghost. It's fucking cool. Yeah, it just, the fact someone took the time to actually do that, and there's so many little details on it. Wow, just absolutely wow. Then you've got the 6 Feet Deep cassette, or VCR, I should be saying, flying across the room. How do they do that? Well, there's two ways. You could be filming it and have it on a string, and you can either do it for realsies, or you can do it with green screen, and you just, yeah, like, and then if you do it really quick, like if you rotoscope around it and you do really quick whip pans and all of that, put the two together, bim bam boom, you've got it looking like this, perfectly in focus, constantly in the middle of frame. DVD, VCR is flying through the air. You'll see the same thing with one of the music videos by The Hives, and you'll see the same thing in the Evil Dead movies. Super simple, super awesome. Going through that, once he falls through the floor, again, super simple. We're probably on a set here. I would hope so, because if this was someone's house, fuck cleaning that up. But so you can just have a hole there. And, he probably, it probably wasn't as deep as what we're seeing there. So what they would do is, it's probably a bit deep, and they've like built around it, so it could be like they've raised the floor a bit and stuff, and then they've probably just done some little depth perception tricks in CG to make it look, to really like lengthen the depth of it past what it really is. But then again, like, something does fall in, and it's hard to know, like, if that's, where, God, that's a tough one. I'd be really interested to see how they did that particular thing. I feel like it's definitely CG in this wide shot after the monster's sort of gone. I feel like that's definitely CG, where all this stuff shoots up onto the roof. Which, how they did that is, I would presume they have built a set where that is basically the floor, and has, the chandelier sort of pointed upwards, and then they've just dropped stuff on there, and obviously it's going to stick there because gravity, and then they've just, taken that, flipped it around, and superimposed it where this ceiling is. That's what I would assume. Maybe there's another way they did it, in which case, fucking, like, either way, it looks fantastic. So, yeah. All in all, holy shit, what a music video. And, is there anything they can't do? God damn it. Like, so far we've seen, like, we've got a sort of horror film here. We've had a sort of sci-fi post-apocalyptic, commentary on, social media, and being addicted to our phones and stuff, type of music video. But we've then also had, this sort of parody of, the soap opera drama film, that's like super cheesy and blah blah. Like, holy shit, like, it's just so cool and so refreshing, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, fucking beautiful and top notch. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Let me know if you have any more recommendations, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.